Hello and happy Monday. We are going to demold some of our, this one you can't see, I only use 6 of them because the other ones break too easily. Then we've got our cute little pea bear. We're gonna demold. These ones, literally, as soon as I like pop them, and I'm pretty sure I've perfected these ones. Let me do it in the camera so you guys can see. Ow. Okay. Look how cute. I just gotta get the edging off of each one. So cute. Like, come on. Ah. I've been doing really good with not allowing bubbles in these ones. I stopped using the massage gun. It wasn't working. It was making it worse. You see how, like, these are literally all perfect. Except for the edging. I have to take the edges off. I'll show you. Oops. No bubbles. So, I got some tips from a couple really cool people. I'm not going to, like, say their names on here because I don't know if they like to be, like, shouted out or whatever. I got dollar store... dollar store pans, $1.25 each. I got like 6 of them. I'm probably gonna go get more because I'm gonna end up buying a shelf for these to sit on. And what I do, I did the alcohol. I got the spray bottle and this bottle. This sprays out more, so if you look, I don't know if you can see in the video, spritz, cool, but not enough. So the more you spray in it, the more perfect they come out. And honestly, some people say they don't do any of that, but like ever since I started, all of my molds are coming out perfect, if not very close to it. So, and then this one, you see the difference? It's just like a full-on spray. So we like that. What I do is I put my molds on here. Obviously I clean them first. Let's just say we're doing these molds, right? And I don't want to waste it, so I literally make it to where there's like puddles, not like huge puddles, but I spray it enough to where it doesn't just dry right away. We don't want that. The point is for the alcohol to be there. And then I'm mixing my plaster of Paris is what I've been using, so I've figured out how to do it without the bubbles. So I use this clean cup, and I get, when I'm doing just this many, just a little bit, I do half a cup of water. When I'm doing like all the molds, I do a cup of water at a time. And then I pour my water in here. I forgot to clean this earlier, but all I gotta do is take the hose and wash it out. I pour the water in first. I've also been doing something that I think is helping, but I didn't do it this past time, so obviously it's not like that big of a difference. But I've been taking this and I've been sifting through my plaster. So it's pretty much taking all the big chunks and like making them into little chunks. So I think that helps. I don't think it's like a make or break because I didn't do it for this time around and you saw how those came out. So we'll see how the other ones come out. But so I go ahead and I mix the first cup in first and get that all nice and mixed up with my spatula. I've been using a spatula, not a whisk, not a spoon. To each your own. Doesn't bother me, but I'm just letting you know how I got mine to be without bubbles. And then I go ahead and I put in the whole second scoop. I know before I was telling people that I will do like, on the second cup, I will only add a little bit of a time until I get it like mixed in and whatever. I just add the whole second scoop now because it's just coming out the way I want it to, and I've gotten it to a point where it's good. Then I take all my stuff out of it, right? So it's all mixed up. People say to let it sit for a little bit, so I will. I let this sit for like a minute. I take my spray, I spray the top of it to get rid of bubbles, right? And then you pour it all in. So let's use like a water, for example, just to like show you guys on these ones, because these are the ones I just showed you that came out really good. So now I'm gonna like pour them in. So not like to where it's like overbearing, but enough, you don't want it to like go all over the place when you're like, I do my next step that I show you. I skip those two because they're such small little things that I feel like they break every time, so I don't even waste my plaster on it anymore. because there's like tiny little things. It's just not worth it. Then I take my handy dandy paintbrush and I go in and I literally bring this, pretend this is plaster. So obviously I didn't put enough water. Oh no, I did. I bring the plaster into every single little, and I go around the smiley face. Go around all the edges in the smiley face. You know what I mean? We're getting the plaster into every edge as well as in the smiley face. So it's making the plaster go between the eyes. So if you look, there's a space between the eye and the bubble in the cheek, like the cheek smile, right? So if you don't get your plaster in between, there's gonna be an air bubble. You're gonna have an air bubble. That's what this bad boy is for. He gets rid of the air bubbles. Same thing with this one. You wanna get all in every single point. So you see here how this one came and all the points came out perfect. I still gotta get the edging off. But if you don't get the plaster into every single point, it's gonna come off, or it's gonna have a bubble, or it's gonna break off. So you just take it and you just go into every single crevice, every single crevice. And this is after I pour everything. I don't stop in between because then my plaster is gonna get gross. Same thing with this. If I had poured this, I'm gonna get into every single little crevice in there, right? You can't see through the plaster, but you know where the wheels are, you know, so you just need to go in and around everything, right? So once that's done, I am going to take my edges and go, this is water, so it's literally going everywhere. But literally, like, so I was using the massage gun, but I felt like it brought more bubbles than not. So no massage gun. I just tap, 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 tap. And then same thing on this side. Tap, 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 right? And then I take my spray and I'm gonna go, which I shouldn't have wasted that, but I get it from, I did the 90% alcohol, whatever, the bottles that are $1.25 at the dollar store. This was $1.25 at the dollar store. This with like 3 other things, it was a little kit, was $1.25 at the dollar store. But I didn't know which one I'd want, and I wanted options to make sure I like got it down good. So now this is all ready, set, ready to go, and I just leave it here. So this morning, I did this at like 11, and it's, I don't know what time it is now. I can't stop my video. It's probably like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So these got to sit a lot longer than I would normally let them sit. But with the Suns, I'm doing that for an order. So I definitely like to let those sit longer so that they're perfect. So now let's demold the other ones. Let's get rid of this, what I just did here. I got to wash that and this. Let's pour this out because that'll just sit and be gross. And let's demold the other ones. Actually, yeah, let's demold the other ones and I'll show you what I do to get the edges off. So for these are a little bit more like hard silicone. But as soon as you push it out, it literally comes right out itself. So it's like awesome. So I just kind of like, I put it upside down and I kind of just like push it. Ooh. I try to push it without breaking and it just starts to come out, and then you might have to just like feed it out. These ones are a little bit harder to do because they're hard silicone and not, but there you go. It just comes out. And there was a little bit of bubbles on this side, I'll show you, but not on the front. So bubble free on the front, and then if you turn it sideways, you can see right there, there's a little bubble, and on the cone, a little tiny bit, there's a bubble. But on the front, we're bubble free. So we're gonna continue. These ones, I'm just gonna honestly push them out against the thing and let them fall onto the board. Like I said, these ones are a little bit harder to do. Oh, there you go. Oh, this one cracked. See, sometimes you gotta be a little bit more careful because look, the bottom of the cone cracked. So that'll be one that I let my daughter do. So now instead of doing that way, I'm just gonna just push them upwards and see if I can just get them to come out without. It's hard with the hard silicone. Oh, there we go. That one got kind of messy. Last time I did this one, I did 2 on here to where when I went to go like demold it, it came out so easy because I wasn't worried about all the other ones. So I might have to do that in the future because we don't want to have to worry about the other ones or all the other ones getting ruined. So we might just have to do a couple at a time in the future because, yeah, like some of these fell apart because of trying to pop out the other ones, which is fine. You figure it out as you go. Not a big deal. And then let's do our Pooh Bear. These ones are better silicone, not so hard. Some people don't like them. They say they're too small and stuff, but I think they're cute. So I don't have any bad things to say about Pooh. I haven't been able to get his face to completely come out because of how many like things are in the mold. But let's see if we did it this time. See, I think that came out like almost perfect. Like, it could be a little bit better. There's some little tiny spots, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think they're cute. I don't know what people are talking about. These are the ones from the dollar store. The Dollar Tree, I'm sorry. People say that they don't come out good and stuff, but like, yeah, maybe not perfect around the edges, but I think they come out good. That's not supposed to be there. There we go. Like that edging around the edge, yeah, but again, when you paint it, who's gonna see that? Not me. That's all I did this morning. I do have a lot more moldings to do. So on my next video, I will walk you through how I mix and pour and all that, like the right way, without just using water and showing you. These I have to be careful with. They're hard to do when they're hard, so I have to do them when they're soft, which is like now. So I kind of just fit my nail in each crevice of where I need to take it out and like softly just like take it off. It doesn't have to be perfect. We don't want those extra things in there. But if we do it too much, then we're gonna take off the sunbeams as well, and we definitely don't want that. So the suns are the ones that are for an order that we're excited about. So just take our time. If I mess it up, honestly, we gotta have 70 of these. So, and then look, now we took off all the edges. There's still tiny little bits there, but they're not anything to worry about. And it's so cute. It's really thin. That's why we gotta let it dry before we do anything with it. And again, this one, we've got a little bit up here and we got a little tiny bit down here. So we just take my nail. Some people use like sanders. Some people use other things. To me, my nail is just the easiest thing to have the most control over it and not wanting to break the actual like thing. So there we go. Good as new. And I just go around and I do that on every single one. These don't have to dry for as long. These don't need 3 whole days. These just need, like, honestly, like a day. I think they're the cutest things. Such a great choice. Oh, my nose, sorry. No more edging. Same thing, this one has a little bit of a edge right here on the side, so we're just gonna take our nail and take that whole thing off. And then the last one, same thing, we got a little bit of edging on the edges, so we just take our nail in there, take it off, and we're good as new. So the other ones didn't do that. We had a couple of, we had 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 ice cream cones, and it looks like two of the bottoms broke. So maybe I just need to let those sit in there a little bit longer before taking them out or something. And then of the 4 Poohs I did, I think they all came out pretty well. So We have our little setup over here. We've got things drying. We've got the baskets full of stuff. That's what I'm using for now until I can get nice drawers. And yeah, things are great. Order now. See you later.